Hey guys, in today's video, I'm interviewing Jeff and Phil Gill, who are the owners of a local company here in Atlanta called the Germinator, and they provide a product that keeps homes safe from bacteria and viruses for up to 90 days. So I hope you stay tuned, watch the interview as they tell you a little bit about that product. Okay, awesome. So Jeff, this was his idea. He's the CEO of the company, and then Phil, his son, is the chief strategy officer. So they're going to tell us a little bit about it. So Phil, if you want to give me a little summary of what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyler, you introduced it well, but at our heart, we're a disinfection service company that was founded by Jeff 4 years ago in 2016. Like you said, we have got a two-step disinfection process that we start with, where we not only want to help homes and businesses clear up their germ problems that they may have, whether it be bacterial or viral. We'd want to create safer, better environments for all types of people, not only with the disinfection, but also creating sustainable help going forward. So with our two steps, we'll come in and use an electrostatic sprayer, which is a high-end atomizing sprayer that will allow for really effective, efficient coverage, where we will disinfect any surface or object in your home or business. And we will follow that disinfection step up with an antimicrobial barrier that will allow for further assistance in fighting against germ contaminants in your home or business.
Okay, awesome. And then the other day we talked about it. You told me sort of the idea for the company, for the barrier anyway. Where did that come from?
So the barrier actually was created in 1969 by Dow Corning, and it was a molecule that was put out into the market. But back in 1969, nobody really cared about ongoing ability to protect and disinfect. So it got moved around in the market. It actually went into clothing. So if you have any Fruit of the Loom underwear, or you have Lululemon, or Under Armour, you've probably come across this product. And the market then found that it didn't care about whether clothes smelled or not, because they were going to wash them anyway.
Right.
So this molecule kind of just floated around, and I came across it about 10 years ago and used it in another business on tile and other surfaces to keep it from getting mold and accumulating bacteria. We brought it into Germinator when we launched it, knowing that this technology existed, and now it's become a mainstay in part of our process, which is our step two process, which is known as Shield.
Okay.
So this is an existing technology that had patents up until the 90s, and now people are just starting to recognize it, although it's been around for almost 50 years. So
sure.
Now it's popular again.
Yeah, for sure. And that step two process, the barrier, that lasts for, you said 90 days, right? Once you spray the barrier on, and how does that work?
So the Shield, the way it actually works is it attaches itself. It's on a technical term called the bound quaternary ammonium. And what it does is it forms a microscopic coating on top of surfaces, and those surfaces then become electrically charged. If you look under a microscope, they also look like electrically charged spikes or swords. And what happens is, when a negatively charged or gram-negative bacteria or virus comes in contact with it, it gets pierced, and then it gets charged opposite of what that organism is. So your negative charge meeting a positive force and being impaled with it, you're going to get an implosion. So it's referred to as a mechanical destruction as opposed to chemical destruction. So as long as this bound quaternary ammonium remains on the surface, and it can remain for a very long period of time, it'll continue to do its job. So we have studies that show it going, for very long periods of time.
Okay. And Phil mentioned the other day that you give out certificates, right, for businesses and homes where you can show that that it's good for 90 days. So if you got a certificate that's within 90 days, your surfaces should all still have that charge.
Yeah, and there's a way of actually checking for its ability to work through what's known as ATP testing. And we're looking to employ that on a regular basis into our services. And I mean, it's something which is vital because we have a saying here, it's disinfected until it's reinfected. So if you disinfect something with your common disinfectants, as soon as somebody sneezes on it, touches it, or has any type of bacteria or virus, it's any work that you've just done is now, down the tubes.
Right.
So we're looking for some kind of persistent protection, and that's what Shield brings.
Okay, that's awesome. I think it's a great idea, especially right now. Has your business picked up some since the whole coronavirus thing started?
Picked up is an understatement. We have a saying, we said it went nuclear.
Right. Because it does kill viruses. I saw that on the website, right? It kills viruses, it kills bacteria. Is that right?
So technically, you can't kill a virus because a virus is not considered a living organism.
Okay.
It's actually a protein, not to get too technical with
That's
you.
okay. No, I like it.
So, but what we say is it destroys or disables viruses, but we can't kill them because they were never alive.
Okay, gotcha. But it will protect you from getting it, the microbial.
Yeah, yes. We actually have a University of Michigan study that shows its effectiveness on various different viruses.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's great. I think, is there anything else that you guys want to share while I have you here for folks to know when if they're interested in the product?
Yeah, Phil, why don't you tell them about step one, which is pretty different than almost anything else out there?
Yeah, absolutely. So our second step has been covered, fairly well with the antimicrobial. The first step we have, though, is called our Genesis step. Genesis, to make things, reborn like new again. That first step is using a hypochlorous acid-based disinfectant. So hypochlorous acid is actually a naturally occurring disinfectant that is generated actually by your white blood cells. It's in your body. It's used in things like eye care and wound care already. So it's a very, very human safe and natural product. However, it is very, very effective as a bacteria killer and virucidal disinfectant. So we go around and we apply this natural disinfectant that is actually a lot safer and stronger than your typical bleach or over-the-counter type disinfectant. So this step one will do up to 99.9999% effectiveness against particular bacteria and viruses. Only reason why this is not commonly used all of the time is that there's a particular process to create this hypochlorous acid through an electrolysis process. But we have partnered with and are working towards having our own production of this type of disinfectant, allowing us to have the really effective but still incredibly human safe coverage with our step one.
Okay, and then so you mentioned the sprayer, and we talked about that the other day, right? So you can spray this stuff all over walls and fabric and furniture, and it's not going to hurt anything, right?
Yeah, the hypochlorous acid
Exactly,
although it's an oxidant, it's not a bleaching oxidant, so it does not change fabric colors. You can spray it on carpets, couches, leathers. It's not, unlike bleach, it's not going to change colors, so it doesn't oxidize colors. In fact, sometimes it brightens them. They're a little dirty. It'll actually bring out some of the color, which is a positive side effect of not what we're trying to do, but it's a nice side effect.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. And then you said we pretty much covered step two, so that's the two-step process.
Yes.
If people want to order the service, how do they get in touch with you guys? How do they reach out?
So the best thing to do is visit our website. It's thegerminator.com. So www.thegerminator.com. And there is actually not only a phone number, but there's also a contact form, which you can fill out, and we'll get back to you really quickly about answering questions or scheduling service for you.
Okay, that's awesome. And yeah, we talked about it. You said you had a lot of commercial clients, but you also have a lot of residential clients right now, right? Or as well?
Yeah, I'd say before COVID, we were about 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we're about 70-30. 70% of our clientele is commercial, 30% is residential. We anticipate the residential portion is going to pick up again as soon as people will start venturing out and opening things up. So we feel that they'll start letting people into their home to have the service. Not many people are going to want people in their home if they're not leaving it. So,
right. Yeah.
So we anticipate that change.
And we talked about pricing. Is the pricing available on the website as well?
It's not. And it's important that people understand that we do discount pricing based on frequency. Mm-hmm. So what we're trying to do as a company is let people know this is an important service for ongoing. Yes, sometimes people will use it once, but we want to encourage people to use it year round. Mm-hmm. And we encourage quarterly service. This way they get year-round coverage. Mm-hmm. And we do discount for quarterly service. Essentially, we give a 25% discount. Mm-hmm. So it's like getting 4 services for the price of 3.
Gotcha. Yeah, we talked about the pricing the other day. Very reasonable price. So I think people will be really interested in this product once they read the website and see what it's all about. So,
yes.
Is there anything else you guys want to add before we cut it off?
I just want to add that it's important that people understand that remediation is a very big part, and prevention is a big part of fighting this disease. Mm-hmm. And being proactive instead of reactive is going to help us get through this faster. Mm-hmm. And prevention is a big portion of the cure. So it's better to do something to protect and avoid it than wait till it happens.
That's right. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you taking the time. So I think a lot of folks are going to see this thing, and this is a great product. And I think you're right. I think being proactive right now is what folks need to do. So thank you guys so much for taking the time.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right.
Bye.